Iran war may be over, but many Americans are still paying the price for what critics call Trump's defeat, as the conflict's economic fallout lingers in everyday bills. 4 months of fighting with Iran left the average U.S. family roughly $1,000 poorer, with higher fuel, travel and borrowing costs eating into household budgets. From the battlefield to the gas pump, the Iran war's bill keeps growing, turning distant airstrikes and carrier deployments into a steady drain on family finances across the country. 4 months of war with Iran have cost the typical U.S. household about $1,000 so far, according to estimates from Moody's Analytics chief economist Mark Zandi. Zandi outlined the war's growing economic toll in a recent op-ed, breaking down how higher energy and travel costs, plus military spending and interest rates, feed into that figure. Higher gasoline prices account for roughly $300 of the average household burden, as Strait of Hormuz disruptions pushed up pump prices even after partial declines. Rising diesel prices added about $200 via more expensive shipping and freight, which ultimately shows up in the cost of goods and food. More expensive air travel has imposed an estimated $100 hit, with jet fuel costs driving airlines to raise fares on passengers, and additional U.S. military spending added about $250 per household. Notably, he warns that higher borrowing costs could tack on another $150 if the Federal Reserve responds to war-driven inflation by raising interest rates. Zandi says the economic impact of the Iran war will linger despite the ceasefire, because key channels like energy, shipping and insurance will not normalize quickly. Insurance costs for tankers in the Strait of Hormuz are expected to remain elevated, reflecting the ongoing risk that Iran could disrupt traffic again. Additionally, any future Iranian transit fees on ships passing through Hormuz would keep energy prices under upward pressure, further stretching household budgets. Did Iran bring the United States to its knees? A $400 million bombshell has finally come to light. Is Iran's $400 million message to Trump the reason the US is now rebuilding its strategic base in Bahrain? Did Iran's missile campaign force Washington to rethink its entire military footprint across the Middle East? Iran's missile and drone barrage on the Bahrain base has now triggered a massive U.S. reconstruction effort. Bahrain today, Israel tomorrow? Is the Pentagon quietly preparing a new blueprint for future regional wars? Fresh revelations have emerged on what may have ultimately forced the United States to reconsider its military campaign against Iran. A Wall Street Journal investigation claimed that extensive damage to American military assets across the Middle East prompted Washington to rethink its strategy. Iran's retaliatory strikes are reportedly burning an increasingly large hole in the Pentagon's military budget. Back in May, the Pentagon estimated the total cost of the conflict with Iran at approximately $29 billion. However, according to the Wall Street Journal, that estimate did not include the damage inflicted on American military bases. A June 23 report by CISS estimated that the overall cost of the U.S. campaign against Iran could eventually reach a staggering $40 billion. Rebuilding damaged military facilities across the Gulf could reportedly add another estimated $400 million to the overall bill. How U.S. is plotting a revamp. Bahrain. Base upgrades are reportedly under active consideration following recent damage. Kuwait and Saudi Arabia. The United States is reportedly weighing a reduction in its military footprint. Base relocation. Some operational functions could be shifted farther west for greater protection. Infrastructure changes. Several damaged facilities may reportedly never be rebuilt in their current locations. Command centers, key command and control hubs could eventually be relocated underground. New strategy. The Pentagon is reportedly planning to disperse military assets across the wider region. Possible future hub. Israel is reportedly among the locations being considered for expanded military functions. Meanwhile, a separate investigative report has revealed secret documents and photographs allegedly detailing Israel's trade links with several Gulf nations. The report states that advanced Israeli defense systems have been supplied to Qatar and Saudi Arabia, according to findings published by Haaretz. The reported agreements allegedly include missile defense systems, advanced night vision equipment, and other military technologies designed for modern combat operations. Qatar does not have formal diplomatic relations with Israel, but the two countries have maintained complex security and political connections through various channels. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has previously described Qatar as a complicated country, reflecting the challenges surrounding its regional role and relationships. Remember, Netanyahu also supported measures targeting Qatar and ordered strikes aimed at Hamas figures in Doha, further highlighting the tensions involved in the relationship. Despite the differences, Qatar's Royal Aircraft reportedly use Israeli-made missile defense technology designed to protect high-value jets during flights. The Elbit Systems Sea Music Defense System has been installed on Qatari aircraft to provide protection against potential missile threats. The Sea Music system works by detecting incoming heat-seeking missiles and using countermeasures to disrupt their targeting systems. Reports indicate that Israel approved defense agreements with Qatar worth more than $100 million, involving advanced military equipment and technology. Israeli defense companies have also been involved in supplying components and systems connected to Qatar's F-15QA fighter aircraft. The major Boeing F-15QA fighter jet program included subcontracting arrangements with Israeli defense firms for specific technologies. Companies including Elbit and other partners contributed advanced systems that were integrated into Qatar's F-15 aircraft. The equipment package reportedly included JHMCS helmet-mounted systems, which provide pilots with advanced visor-based targeting displays. Israeli defense companies have also supplied night vision technology designed to improve the combat capabilities of Qatar's fighter aircraft. Saudi Arabia has also reportedly received Israeli-linked military equipment indirectly through defense agreements involving the United States and international suppliers. The Saudi F-15SA fighter program included hundreds of JHMCS helmet systems and advanced night vision goggles designed to improve pilot performance. Images cited in reports have shown Saudi pilots using systems connected to Israeli defense technology, according to a Haaretz investigation. These reported defense links have continued despite Qatar and Saudi Arabia not maintaining formal diplomatic relations with Israel. Unlike the United Arab Emirates, Bahrain and Morocco, the two Gulf nations have not officially joined the Abraham Accords with Israel. The reported deals highlight how security cooperation can continue through indirect channels even without public diplomatic partnerships or formal alliances.